with my buddy Voodoo.
That's me.
Let me figure out which way he's to me.
Always sitting on the same side of you, bro.
I know, but like looking at the screen, it like messes with my mind.
There's only a couple brain cells up there, so
that's fair. Welcome in to Race Hail Praise Dale, the podcast where we talk about a lot everything to do with NASCAR Cup. Little Xfinity, ARCA, trucks thrown in there from here and there. Welcome in, Peyton. I seen you jump in the chat earlier, right before we got started. So welcome in. So you ready to run the intro and go ahead and jump on into our post-race breakdown?
Do it.
Oh wait,
before we get to post-race breakdown, you can.
I forgot about our small talk little segment. So I know we didn't get to do last week's video because Mother Nature has been hounding my little town. Last Monday we had a tornado touchdown in the center of town, and I work for the town, so that's been a lot of fun cleaning up and getting stuff back to functioning. And then this week we're dealing with floods. I had to go work yesterday, even though I'm not on call, because we had like a whole bunch of storms and flooding, and it's a whole bad issue. So I've definitely been busy. So sorry guys, I haven't been able to keep up my end and post regularly, and it's been insane.
Sounds like excuses to me. Feel like you could have prevented all of it.
Definitely could have, should have planned ahead, but I didn't. So, but what's new with you?
Not a whole lot. Pretty regular week for me. Now I did have all of the graphics ready last week, but it's all good.
Nice.
With that being said,
did you get a new sponsor over there?
Well, technically it's a regiment sponsor, not mine.
Oh well, shoot! Throw that plug in there. I don't care.
Well, G Fuel. You're interested in that? Use code Regiment. Get you a little deal on that. Camera. That's how he feels about G Fuel.
See my fireplace there.
Regiment is a military gaming community that I joined up the past couple weeks. Kind of been hanging around with him a little bit. On Thursday evenings, while y'all are getting motion sickness from his camera moving everywhere. Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern is when I stream on Regiment's Kick channel, which is Regiment GG. Catch me on there for a 2-hour block Thursday evenings. Last couple weeks I've been doing Expedition 33 on there. So
how's that game? I know I've asked you a little bit about it before, but I have yet to play it. Is it pretty fun?
It is pretty fun. I'm getting better at it. Not the best that I can be, obviously, yet, but it's kind of Final Fantasy-esque.
That turn-based JRPG.
Yeah, it is turn-based. But when you're getting attacked, there's a dodge, parry, and jump deal that you can do to counter their attacks. And sometimes, if you parry perfectly, then you'll do a counter attack, and it usually does pretty good damage to them. But it's hard to do. Like a very small window to get the perfect parry in.
Nice.
It's fun. I've been kind of keeping the gameplay for that channel.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys are interested in some gaming stuff, go check out Regiment on Kick. And Voodoo also streams occasionally on Twitch and Kick on his own. Yep. Just search Voodoo48 and you'll see it. So sorry if the background noise gets a little much. I have 2 hooligans that are out of school.
If you're new to this podcast, then you don't know that we both have children.
Yeah.
That's just part of the show.
Girls. You gotta be quiet.
We don't try to pretend like they don't exist. So.
Nope. You will catch a couple of them on stream every now and then on both sides. But I think that's what makes it a lot of fun. Get your family in there.
Absolutely.
The girls definitely like going to races.
Yeah.
But
before we jump into post-race breakdown, today, special day for those that have served our country and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Today is the day that you need to set aside a couple minutes just to remember those guys and gals that did that and think of their families. Not for all veterans today, it's just for those that did not make the return home.
Yep.
Thank you to all of those.
Yeah, thank you to all the Gold Star families out there, because we know that you have paid just with your loss. So we definitely appreciate all those who, like Voodoo said, paid the ultimate sacrifice. Hang on just a second. My girls are getting way too rowdy. Hang on.
All right. With that being said, we're going to hit that post-race breakdown, flip over to this weekend's past events. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that little stinger, and then we'll jump straight into it.
All right, so welcome into post-race breakdown. This is the place where, if you're new to the show here, we talk about pretty much everything that's happened this past week, and like if there's any penalties. So like tonight we're covering penalties from Kansas. So I'll go ahead and start off with those. Chris Buescher in the RFK number 17 has been assessed an L1 level penalty by NASCAR regarding a front bumper cover. So the team has been fined $75,000 and docked 60 driver and owner points and 5 playoff points. Scott Graves has also been suspended for 2 races.
Technically, his first one would have been this weekend.
Yep. Man, that
big old penalty
that's
there.
That's a lot of money and a lot of points.
Especially
Luckily,
since,
it wasn't.
Well, Chris Buescher, I would say, is the middle guy there. He's like old Mr. Bad Brad Keselowski is the weak point, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, I will agree on that one. I don't know. I think Buescher's kind of giving them. Yeah, I mean, like I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the mixed results. He either does pretty decent or terrible. So yeah, definitely. Since Priest has been there, Priest has kind of been taking their points completely over. So.
Sure. So jumping from there, moving on to this weekend's events at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Starting off with the ARCA series. The General Tire 150. Your pole went to the number 69.
Nice.
Will Kimmel.
Oh wait, hang on. I have something for that. I completely forgot. I have something for that. I'm sorry.
Have it geared.
Nice. I do. I just completely forgot that, I had that geared up and ready to go. But yeah. So 69 of Will Kimmel.
I'm gonna mute my mic for just a second. My wife is saying that I need to call her immediately for something.
Uh-oh. Go for it. Go ahead and start covering down. Austin Green. I'm going to go through your top 10 here. Austin Green. What in the world is going on? Austin Green took the first position, followed by Grant Enfinger in the 97. LeVar Scott in the number 6 got third. Fourth was William Solid. In fifth was Andy Jankowick in the 73. Sixth was Andrew Patterson in the 40, and 46 with Thad Moffitt took 7th. 8th was Patrick Starpoli in the 30th of Garrett Mitchell, aka, oh man, my mind just went blank. I am anyway, you guys know him. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. I kept wanting to say Whistling Diesel, but I know it's definitely not Whistling Diesel. He come in 9th, and Laney Busch come in 10th.
Cletus McFarland.
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name. I'm sorry.
I watch his YouTube channel every now and then. That's the only reason why I know it.
Well, I do too, but my brain was like, "Oh, Whistling Diesel," and I was like, "That is not it. It's 100% not it."
I mean, that's probably something he would come up with, though.
Well, Whistling Diesel is another channel, kind of like his stuff, but a little bit more annoying. But our podcast does follow a couple racers in each series, and one of them is the Pizza Man Brayton Laster. I forget it how. Yeah, Laster. He came in 20th with his 06 car.
And then obviously Cletus McFarland's the other guy, but he was in the top 10, so we didn't have to cover him separately.
Yep.
He went flying around like a bald eagle, and he did take out quite a few cars on the way there. But it is what it is.
He definitely went bowling, and it wasn't the Glen, so.
Right. All right. Moving on to the truck series. North Carolina Education Lottery 200.
Yep.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Like we're reading from the same notes or something. Anywho's, purse for that, $782,900. Again, just the last 3 digits. I'll take. Your poll went to Mr. Giovanni Ruggiero in the 17. It's his first truck series poll, so cool for him. Didn't bring enough trucks for anybody to fail to qualify for the race, but you did have quite a few people go to the rear. You had 4 trucks for unapproved adjustments. It's Cody Dennison in the 2, Mason Maggio in the 22, Mr. Malcolm in the middle himself in the 33, Frankie Muniz, and then the 90 of Justin Carroll. Had one backup truck, one guy had to go to a backup truck, and that was Mr. Luke Fenhouse, the 66th. Oh, a lot of stuff to say there.
Thank you, Barry.
Did you mute your mic or something? I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you saying nothing.
Where did you end up at? I'm sorry.
You get to cover the stages.
Stages? Okay. That's what I was making.
Why am I opening this?
All right, so stage 1 was won by Corey Heim in the 11. Stage 2 was won by Corey Heim in the 11. And of course, Corey Heim took the race in the 11, followed by Ross Chastain in the 44. Caden Honeycutt in the 45 came in 3rd. 34 of Lane Riggs came in 4th. And the 7 of Kyle Busch came in 5th.
Coming in for your second half of the top 10 there, you got the number 6 of Grant Enfinger. Or not the number 6. In 6th place, you got the number 9 of Grant Enfinger. That's the proper way to say it. The 42 of Matt Mills came in 7th. Mr. Former Cup driver himself, Daniel Hemrick, in the 19 came in 8th. Roger Carruth starting to get his traction back under him, and the 71 came in 9th. And then the 1 of Brandon Jones came in 10th. We do have a couple of drivers also in this series that we follow. Malcolm in the middle.
Not so much in the middle.
Right. Frankie Muniz went to the back, but finished up in 27th, so he gained a few spots there. And then Miss Tony Breidinger, number 5, came in 30th.
Sir, well, Miss Tony Breidinger seems to be slipping a little bit since she's moved up into the trucks.
I hope she's just going to get traction. Yeah, she's got to get everything figured out.
It's technically her rookie year, so I mean, can't expect too much greatness from a rookie.
It's also Malcolm in the Middle's rookie year too. So
very true. But let's see here. You covered, or we got the Xfinity fastest lap, of course, also taken by Corey Heim on lap 40 with a 30.409. So not too bad. There were no post-race tech issues.
So this will be like the first week in a while to where the Cup lap time is actually faster than all of the lower series. Just saying.
First time in a minute.
Right. That's all of the truck series, though.
Yep.
Moving on to Xfinity.
Yes, sir. The Bet MGM 300. The purse is the same as usual. Taylor Gray in the 54 got the pole. There were a couple of failed to qualifies.
Notice somebody that just seems to be permanently in that column.
Yep. He already did. Yeah. Yes. He stepped away. Yep. We've got it covered.
Yeah, I just gotta go pick up my kid after we're done. That's all.
Okay. So Carson Ware in the 35 failed to qualify, and Voodoo's favorite Xfinity driver Dawson Cran failed to qualify.
Not my favorite, but I do call it quite often.
I mean, it'd be a safe bet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
There were a couple to the rear for unapproved adjustments. The number 4 of Parker Ritzlaff, Catherine Legg in the 32, and Ryan Ellis in the 71. They all got sent to the rear.
Yeah. And your stage 1 and stage 2 winner went to Mr. William Byron in that 17 machine. He also took the race in this one. Not so lucky in the Cup race. The 88 of Connor Zilic came in second. Nick Sanchez in the 48 came in third. Fourth was the number 7 of Justin Allgaier, and fifth is the 26 of Dean Thompson.
I think. Might Google it. Sorry, I got asked a question. Josh Williams in the number 11 got 6th. 7th of Austin. 7th went to Austin Hill. Ryan Ellis come all the way back from the back. Ryan Ellis come all the way back. My wife's throwing me off. All the way from the back to finish 8th. Christian Eckes finished 9th. And Sheldon Creed in the 00 come in 10th. But of course, the podcast also has a few that we follow. Chase Briscoe, our Cup driver in the 19 in Xfinity as well, finished in 23rd. Fast Post himself in the 42 machine finished 25th.
And then Miss Catherine Legg came in 34th, and Matt DiBenedetto is actually 36th. He came in, I don't know. So a little bit of a struggle bus for the drivers we follow this week. But
that definitely is one reason I didn't read it, because I was like, man, I'm pretty sure he didn't come in 26th. But
I'm human. I make mistakes. Imagine that.
Hey, that's right. All of us do.
Xfinity fastest lap went to none other than Mr. Justin Allgaier. You hear his name a lot. Pretty sure he's going to be moving up the Cup soon. Came on lap 54.
You think Junior Motorsports might be making a jump to Cup here pretty soon?
They had a pretty good race for their first start, I would say.
All I'm going to say is, on that note, I really hope so. Because, I mean, like, I love how much Junior does for NASCAR. I don't think he's a great driver. He's definitely not his dad. But I think as far as like an owner or a business, I think Junior Motorsports is kind of like top tier where it needs to be, as far as like carrying on some traditions of NASCAR that I feel like some people think that they're being forgotten. And you understand hopefully what I'm saying by that when I'm talking like I'm not talking any like, crazy superstitious traditions, but like just I'm trying to think of how to word what I'm trying to say. I think that Junior is a really good fit. I mean, everybody knows him. He's pretty much like a kingpin of NASCAR. I mean, Dale Jr. You don't even have to like NASCAR to know Dale Jr.
Yeah.
I think his personality was a great personality for the sport. You know what I mean? even as he gotten older and retired, I still think that he does everything he can for NASCAR, and it's helped. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Did you catch? He was in the booth for the race this weekend.
Yep.
I thought he did excellent.
I think he's a great spokesman.
Well, he knows what the drivers are thinking and going through while they're on track too.
That, and I mean, you get the best of both worlds with him, because not only is he an ex-driver that's lived the life, but his family is NASCAR royalty. He knows the business of NASCAR. So I mean, you get all the behind the scenes with this one dude. And don't get me wrong, I like Kevin Harvick in the booth, and there's nothing more nostalgic than Mike Joy. But I believe that if you had your dream team lineup, as far as people that are still active in the booths and stuff, I would put Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., and Mike Joy with Larry McReynolds and Michael Waltrip. That's my number one lineup right there. Man, I feel like that would make a great,
not too bad
broadcast.
Not too bad of a lineup.
But enough about that. I was just kind of excited to see that, Justin Allgaier, he, of course, he runs for
Junior Motorsports.
Junior, yeah. And I believe Connor Zilisch does too, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know they had three or four cars. I can't remember.
I think they got 4 that are full time, and may pull a 5th one every now and then.
Yeah, I thought they had 3, because I knew they ran Allgaier, Sammy Smith, and Connor Zilisch. I can't remember the other one.
You got the 7, 8, and 9, and then the 88.
They run the 9?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that for some reason I was thinking another team ran the 9.
Hold on, I can tell you what all cars they run right now. Give me just a second. Just to make sure I don't put false information out there. Nobody likes false.
Right. Fake news.
Junior Motorsports. Oh, nope, I was wrong. 9's part-time.
Okay.
So they have 4. So the 1, the 7, 8.
Okay. Who's in the 1?
Carson Quapple.
Okay.
Carson Quapple, Justin Allgaier in the 7, Sammy Smith in the 8, Connor Zilisch in the 88. And then the part-time driver that was in the 9 was Mr. Ross Chastain.
Gotcha. But I mean, I'm just gonna say this. Technically, before the post-race tech and all that of this last race, which we'll get to that in just a second. I mean, Junior had 3 of them in the top 10.
Fortunately, that not stand though.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, Xfinity Fastest Lap went to Junior Motorsports driver and the number 7 Justin Allgaier on lap 54 with a 30.693. So it was a little bit lower.
It's a little bit slower than the truck.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, post-race breakdown, Sammy Smith technically finished inside the top 10, but was disqualified for pulling an Alex Bowman and not meeting minimum weight. So he got last place credited, and yeah.
Yep.
But the numbers 26, 39, and 48 cars are going to R&D for further inspection. See if anything comes from those. Normally they don't, but it does happen every now and then. That's where the Chris Buescher penalty that we talked about earlier came from.
Yep. Moving on to Cup, we got the Coca-Cola 600. Long race. A good one, though.
Indeed.
I was surprised a little bit by this one. I keep trying to move my mouse on my iPad, and it's not working. Chase Briscoe took the pole. I've got my laptop screen over here, and then I've got my other screen right under my camera. And I've got the iPad right in the middle of them. So I keep trying to move my notes, my mouse, on the iPad, and I was like, "Why is this working?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, duh, it's an iPad."
Don't work that way, homie.
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
purse is higher this week.
Right?
Purse is
It is
usually
higher.
11 mil. It's higher.
Yep. It's 13,651,450 bone.
Them last two digits. They'll be happy.
Right? I'd be pretty happy. We say it all the time. It's a lot of money.
NASCAR, we will almost sign any deal with you to take a little cut of those charter agreements towards us.
Yep. And you know what you'd hear if they did say that. If they like, hey man, we're just gonna give your podcast like $1,000. I would be over here dancing to this, being like,
right.
Here comes the money.
Yeah. They just gave us $1,000. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Right? Dude, we'd have new computers.
Well, I just need a graphics card for mine.
See, I need a whole new computer. I'm running off of a laptop, and it's a little sketchy sometimes. But
gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right. No one failed to qualify, but there were a couple to the rear for unapproved adjustments, and one backup car. So Kyle Larson and Eric Jones got
that'd
put
be
in the
Kyle
rear
Busch,
for
not Kyle Larson.
Oh yeah, I did say Larson, didn't I? Kyle Busch. I know. See, I make mistakes too. Kyle Busch and Eric Jones got sent to the rear for unapproved adjustments, and Ross Chastain needed a backup car.
Went all the way to the back, started from 40th place.
Yes, sir. And it looked like it was going to be a William Byron show because he's still not stage 1, not just stage 2, but also stage 3. And you're probably thinking, if you've never watched the Coke 600 and didn't really watch this one, probably thinking, man, does that mean he won the race? Nope, it sure doesn't, because Ross Chastain come from last place and finished in first, baby. He beat out Willie B.
I think that's the first time in NASCAR history that somebody won the Coke 600 from last place.
Right. I mean, it's pretty cool. But
William Byron came up one place short of taking everything in Xfinity and Cup.
Yep. But Chase Briscoe come up behind Willie B, followed by the Dinger. Check that out. Oh,
he was on my fantasy team this week.
4th. Oh yeah. And Bad Brad come in 5th place.
Is it time for him to make a turnaround?
Maybe.
Chase Elliott.
I don't know. He had one good race last year, if you remember. He had one win, if I remember right.
Yeah. Came like at the end of the season, too.
Yep.
Chase Elliott came in 6th. Michael McDowell came in 7th. Some weird driver named Christopher Bell came in 8th. Ryan Preece came in 9th. He's looking good right now. Noah Gregson got himself a top 10.
Heck yeah, dude. I've been really watching Preece this season. I think Preece he's going to make pretty far.
Yeah, he's definitely in better equipment than Stuart Haas car.
I feel like that Stuart Haas to RFK switch has done nothing but bless him. But anyway, the podcast again follows a couple drivers.
Well, these are the open guys.
The open drivers. Connor Zilic in the 87 finished 23rd. It's not bad. I could see him coming to Cup and doing pretty decent.
Hopefully he'll be the one taking that 3rd Legacy Motor Club car. Just saying.
I'd be cool if Allgaier taking it. Allgaier's pretty high pick.
Allgaier's on the Chevy camp, though. So
for now, so is Johnson.
Yeah, but then only took him, 7 championships and a year or 2 off before he decided to make that change.
True. Very true. But Derek Kraus came in 32nd. Josh Bilicki came in 33rd due to a fuel pressure issue on lap 343. And unfortunately, the GOAT wasn't so goated. He finished 40th, dead last, due to an accident on lap 111.
Not good, but I still support him. And that was his 700th start. But he also said that's not his last start. So that's what I'm glad to hear.
You ain't lying. And can we just take a moment to talk about that scheme?
Yep, I got it pre-ordered already.
Oh, yeah. Me too. So if you guys didn't watch it, it was pretty much the 75 years of Petty scheme.
Hold on, I might be able to pull it up.
but it had a neon number. It was very pretty. There it is. Look how pretty that is, dude.
Now this doesn't do it justice because this is just a rendering.
No, it looks so much better on track. Yeah, so much better on track.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that looks just beautiful. But anyway, the Xfinity fastest lap went to Cucumber Cowboy himself. He got it. Yes, sir. He got it on lap 210 with a 29.367. He was flying across that track. Like you said earlier, a little faster than the trucks for the first time in a hot minute, but still pretty cool. And then as far as post-race tech, there was no issues. So the Melon Man gets to keep his win for sure, and
didn't smash that watermelon for no reason.
That's right. But you know who wishes they could smash something? Ty Dillon. Because he's on the bottom of our winless streak. Currently with 258 starts. That's less than 20 starts behind Corey LaJoy.
Gaining on him quick.
Yeah, he's definitely gaining.
Could hit it before the end of the season.
Very well. Good. But
Ross Chastain up there with a goose egg because he won yesterday.
Sure. Well, Kyle Larson still had only one race because he won last week.
The last year he tried the double. He finished. He finished Indy last year.
He finished in the top 10, if I remember right.
Yeah, but then Coke 600 got rained out, so he couldn't start from halfway point. Well, this season he decided to crash out of both races. I'm not even going to do the full race of either one.
He said, I need a break.
Right. He actually did say that it's way too much going on to try and fit both of them in the same window. So I don't know if he'll try it again.
I'm surprised he tried it this year, honestly.
I think he might have been contractually obligated some sort of way.
I got you.
But anywho.
Yeah. That's a lot of races though. I mean, Ryan Preece ain't too far behind. I mean, he's still got a couple of years, but I don't know. As close as he's getting here recently, he might shatter that blue streak.
And them legacy boys to crack it.
Yep. That would be nice.
But anywho, moving on to our rookies.
Do we have to?
Yep.
Mine didn't do too bad this week.
Yeah, you're 1 point ahead of me. Standings now. Literally 1 point. Mine's Riley Herbst. Got 13 starts with a whole bunch of goose eggs. This week he didn't help his campaign any. Started in 31st, only moved up a few spots to 28th. Sitting in 34th place in the standings with 160 points.
Yes, sir. I had SVG. He's got 13 starts and one top 10 so far. He started 30th this race and finished 14th, so a little bit better than what he's been doing here recently. And then he's currently sitting 33rd in points with 161.
1 point.
1 point.
Literally 1 point.
Don't worry, you'll probably get it back next race.
Yeah, probably so. Moving on to RHPD Motorsports.
Yes, sir. So if you guys missed it last season for our 25 sub, something like that.
I believe it was 25, yeah.
We created a fictitious team from the drivers that are already there. And at the end of the season, we tallied our points and seen how we did. We did actually pretty well, but we also had a 6-month head start. So, well, not head start, but you know what I mean. So, anyway, this year we kind of did it a little different, and we did more of a head-to-head. We're going to see whose picks did better. So far, I think Voodoo's got me pretty pinned down. I'll let you go ahead and do yours first.
Yeah, I mean, technically, singular driver, you got me beat, but as a team, that's all right. So my two are the 37 and 73 cars of Carson Hocevar and Tyler Reddick. So they both have 13 starts. They both got a pole so far this season. You got one top 5 for Carson, 2 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and 4 top 10s for Tyler Reddick. But this weekend, neither one of them fared off well. Carson Hocevar started in 39th, finished in 34th, currently 21st in the standings with 248 points. And then Tyler Reddick started 12th, finished 26th. They went backwards quite a ways. He was looking good for a while there, though.
Yeah.
Currently sitting 5th at 392 points.
Yes, sir. In the 55, I've got Cole Custer, who started 29th, went up a little bit to 21st, currently setting 35th in points with 155. And then my powerhouse is the 56 of Chris Bell. Started 10th, finished 8th, and is currently 3rd in points with 425.
Yeah, so you got to tick up another top 10 on there.
Yes, sir.
It's all good.
So did you, though. No, you didn't. Never mind. I was doing the wrong thing.
Not this week, I didn't. That was last week.
Yeah. Well, you ready to move on over to our trackside trends? So, if you guys have not watched the podcast, our trackside trends is where we talk about like team changes, NASCAR news, pretty much anything like as far as publicity, I guess would be the word. So like for example, the first thing on here is Earnhardt, the 4-part docuseries about the life and legacy of Dale Earnhardt, released on the 22nd, which was Thursday, starting with episode 1. I've watched up to episode 2. I haven't watched any of the other 2. I don't know if they released.
I don't think
yet
they've
or
been
not.
released yet.
I thought they released today, but I wasn't sure. I haven't checked today.
Would it be today, or would they wait until Thursday to release them again?
I don't know, because I know all the ads that I'd seen for it was talking about the whole it was talking about it being released on Memorial Day. So
yeah, maybe so. I'll check after this.
Yeah, I'd have to check. I'm not gonna say it is. I'm not gonna say it's not. I don't know.
So,
but thank you.
After this information would have been mentioned last week if we would have done the podcast, but Hall of Fame class for 2026 has been announced. So your landmark award winner for outstanding contributions to the sport was Mr. Humpy Wheeler. And then
what a great name,
right? Didn't get made fun of it at all.
At all.
But you had 3 guys,
especially working on a race car,
right?
But
3 guys got inducted in. Mr. Ray Hendrick on the Pioneer ballot, and then Kurt Busch and Harry Gant on the Modern Era ballot. Not the 2 I would have selected, but I'm not upset with it.
I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys watch the podcast at all, I know you know Voodoo. Harry Gant, the Skull Bandit, is one of my all-time favorite schemes. I think it was the first scheme that I picked when we did our S cubed. Man, I just I can't remember. I know it was one of the first, because the Skull Bandit's just always been one of those cars that I love looking at. And unless you want to pay like $180, you can't find really diecast of the Skull Bandit. Because of course it's promoting tobacco and it's a whole issue. But I mean, just the paint scheme and all that, it was so good. And when I seen that Harry Gant got the vote for induction, I'm super happy. I really want to go to Charlotte again and see the car, because they've got to have a car. You know,
you would think so.
So who knows? Maybe next year we'll take a podcast field trip up there one week or something.
We need to figure out something for next season, because I feel like we can't do anything this season, but next season I think we need to do something again.
There's just been so much that has been going on this season that I haven't been able to do anything.
Next season, my wife will be graduated from nursing school.
Well, maybe I'll find out this week if I get my job. If I get the job that I'm trying to go for, I'll be like doubling my pay. So
you'll get a nice bump. I got a pay increase coming.
Either way, I have a raise coming. But if I do get the job, like I said, it'll double my income, and then we will definitely be able to do stuff. But I mean, we already talked about next year. Haley wants to go to Dega, which I don't blame her. I want to go to a race at Dega.
Probably, I don't know which one would be better to go at. Probably the fall one.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe it won't be as hot because it'll be in October.
But I also really want to go to Bristol.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's one of those things that we'd have to talk about because I wouldn't mind going to Charlotte. I drove by Charlotte. I haven't been to the track. I just drove by it. I would love to go to Darlington again. It was a lot of fun. Nashville was fun when we went, except for getting sick afterwards.
Yeah. I would love to go to Charlotte, but not only just to go to the race. I would love to try and go visit a bunch of the shops.
So we went when we went to Darlington, and Charlotte is one of the coolest cities when it comes to NASCAR. We got to go to the Hall of Fame, which was awesome. Like Hall of Fame's top tier.
Peyton's only 35 minutes from Bristol.
Yeah, it's 35 minutes from Bristol. It's 15. Oh, Peyton's 35. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. It was like an hour and a half from Bristol to Charlotte. It's only like 15, 20 minutes to Darlington from Charlotte. It's really not bad.
I would say my home track is Dega.
I am literally dead center between Kansas and Texas. I'm 3 miles closer to Texas than I am Kansas. So, but I did have a lot more fun at Texas than I did Kansas. So, I mean, I feel like I've been to enough tracks already that I'm starting to like figure out which ones are my favorite. Because I mean, we've been to Kansas, Texas, Dega, Darlington, Nashville. I feel like we've been to another one, but I could be wrong.
Only been to Texas, Dega, and Nashville.
I don't think what all.
I'm looking forward to the year that I retire and I'm just able to RV and follow the schedule, catch every race this season.
Yeah. We drove by Charlotte, but we didn't get to go in. Yeah.
I imagine the Roval is probably a pretty interesting to watch.
Definitely. I feel like
because it's a road course, but you can see the whole course.
Because we did Nashville and Texas in the same year. We've been to 4 races. We went to Kansas, then Darlington. We got to go see Dega, which so I'm counting that one. And then we went to Texas
there wasn't race cars on track.
And Nashville. So we've been to 5 tracks. But speaking of cars, what is that 22 back there on your screen?
On mine?
I don't remember seeing you unbox that one.
Which one?
The 22.
Yeah, that was that whatnot box.
Yeah, I don't remember you pulling that one out. That's sweet, dude.
Heavy as crap too.
I bet. I remember seeing the Cartoon Network. It might not be a Cartoon Network, but you know what I'm talking about.
It is.
And the Skittles.
Flintstones. Yeah. They're all on the same shelf.
Huh. Sorry, that one just caught my eye.
I'm about to talk my wife into getting me a bunch more of these shelves here. That way I can do away with most of the shelves behind me.
Oh, you want to see what I picked up? Well, you know kind of what I picked up. Hey, give me a look. Give me just a second. I'm giving 9911s.
Mm-hmm.
Go to bed. What?
We don't cut the family out. We include them.
Okay, go throw away. Go throw away. Yeah, sorry. So, I got these the other day. Okay, so these are my Jeff Gordon Pepsi bottles. I'm sorry, R. So we got
Never
those.
mind. Letting them hold on.
Yeah, just like I'm letting you hold on to that John.
Oh, what you mean? Helmet here?
Yeah, that helmet there that I'm still salty about over a year later.
Yeah,
And then I already had this, but it goes so well. I've got my Gordon Pepsi can that's got the die cast in it. And then in the first Whatnot box that I bought, I got the most popular driver, Richard Petty one, which I'm trying to make it where you can see it. So, hey, I got a good Pepsi collection going on. But
last trip I gotta make.
I
didn't answer you because I was already.
But anyway, ready to jump in our. Oh wait, no, we still got a bunch of stuff to cover. Yeah, team changes. Let's start with Seatbelt. What's up? What's popping, Skywalker?
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm. The one that returns the most, at least.
Christopher Bell will join Sam Hunt Racing for the NASCAR Xfinity Series event at Autodrome Hermanos Rodriguez, aka Mexico City, driving the 24 Mobil 1 Toyota Supra.
Yes, sir. 2311 coming up with a new, well, not a new sponsor, but an expanded sponsor. Pinnacle Financial is going to jump on to sponsor Tyler Reddick and the 45 car coming up this weekend at Nashville and then at Bristol, September.
Yes, sir. We also got the Australian Supercars. They're a competitor from the Australian Supercar. Jack Perkins making his Xfinity Series debut with Joe Gibbs Racing at Portland. Feels like Joe Gibbs seen the potential in SVG.
Yeah.
And
get their,
you ever see the Water Boy? It feels like they're doing that.
Right. Except this guy's a little more competitive than the Water Boy was, or at least they knew of, at least.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Mr. William Byron has extended his contract with Hendrick Motorsports to go all the way through 2029, so another 4 years, him in that 24 car.
Heck yeah. I feel like the Hendrick has a pretty decent lineup.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of hate on Alex Bowman, but
well, I wasn't even going to say Bowman. I was going to say Elliott seems to be kind of slipping.
I would say he's the weaker one of the four right now, too.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, Bowman, he's trying.
But he's still popular. You can't get rid of him.
I don't understand how he's the most popular.
A lot of merch sales there.
I don't get it. Man, if Raisin Brand was a driver, it would be Chase Elliott. He's so bland, dude. Like, there's no personality there.
Raisin Brand without the raisins.
You ain't lying. I mean, his dad was kind of the same way, but at least he had a little fight in him. Chase Elliott, he just, oh, whatever, I guess I'll race today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't dislike Chase Elliott, but sometimes I'm like, how are you the most popular driver? Kyle Larson, I would 100%, see that's the most popular driver. He wins the most. Great. Man, I don't see how everybody's like, oh yeah, Chase Elliott, he's such a good guy. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I get more enjoyment out of watching a cardboard box interview than him.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's see here. Speaking of extensions, we got Kyle Busch signing a 1-year extension with RCR, so probably not going to a legacy anytime soon.
He and Austin Dillon are sticking in their rides for next season. So.
Well, Dillon better because nobody else wants him.
All right. We talked about one sponsor extending its partnership. Well, Trimble Core News joining RFK in a multi-year agreement, serving as primary sponsor for not only Ryan Preece this weekend at Nashville, but also in Darlington, as well as Chris Buescher at Dover.
Heck yes.
And I believe next year it'll be on all 3 cars.
That's pretty cool. I like seeing new sponsors come into NASCAR.
RFK, I don't like the way RFK does it though, to where they jump sponsors around on cars.
Yeah.
Like, keep the sponsor like on one car.
Yeah. I
Who am I?
agree.
Just a mere podcast guy that needs a little more than the 130 hail raisers that we got. So hit that subscribe button for us.
Definitely. All right. So let's see here. We can go to Race Day Horizon and talk about Nashville if you're ready for it.
Do it.
So let's talk about Nashville.
Can you believe that we went to this race last year?
I know. I'm a little upset.
It was a month
that
later,
we're not
but
it was a lot hotter too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So starting on Friday, May 30th, the truck practice and qualifying starts at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Coverage does not begin until 4:30. But the truck race is later that day at 8 p.m. The Rackley Roofing 200 will be on FS1. The first stage is 45 laps. The second stage is 50 laps. And the last stage is 55 laps for a grand total of 150.
Indeed. It seems like there's not a whole lot of action this weekend, but we got all three series running. There's no ARCA race this weekend though. They get a break this weekend. But on Saturday at 2:05 p.m. Remember, these are all Eastern times. Be Xfinity practice and qualifying, brought to you on the CW app. And then 4:30 p.m. will be Cup practice and qualifying on Prime as usual. Then that evening will be the Xfinity race at 7:30 p.m. Your Tennessee Lottery 250, brought to you on the CW. Stages 1 and 2 are both 45 laps, and stage 3 is 98 laps for a whopping total of 188 laps. Peyton says, unpopular opinion, but get rid of stages. I don't think you need to get rid of stages, but stop throwing cautions at the stage breaks. Give the points, but let them keep running.
I agree with Voodoo, and on that part, Peyton, I believe that it's not so much of a unpopular opinion, because a lot of people that I talk to, at least, I don't know about you, Voodoo, but when I talk to them, they're always like, well, I used to watch NASCAR till they added stages. And I mean, I understand that, you know, they wanted points and stuff like that. That's fine. I'm with Voodoo. I'm on the same page as Voodoo. Add the points, but don't throw cautions in behind them. So, but moving on to Sunday. Hang on, baby. This is gonna get bumpy. So on Sunday, June 1st, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Cup race starts. The Cracker Barrel 400 will be on Prime. Speaking of which, how did you enjoy that broadcast? I thought it was pretty good.
So much better than Fox.
Oh yeah, so much better.
The information they had on screen.
Oh, bro, it was nice.
Commentary.
Oh yeah, top tier.
All around better.
Honestly, if they would move the whole series to Prime, I would drop YouTube TV and be happy about it. I mean, it was so much better than Fox. But this one will be on Prime. And the first stage is 90 laps. The second stage is 95 laps. And the last stage is 115 laps for a grand total of 300 laps.
This is normally where we would talk about entry lists and the sponsors, but none of the entry lists were put out yet. So we don't get to go over those, unfortunately. But I know JJ Yaley's supposed to be making a start. Who else? Open Cars. I don't remember who else announced it previously. I know for sure JJ Yaley will be there.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I don't remember.
I think JJ Yaley actually put out a paint scheme.
I think he did. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah, but that being said, that's enough of the schedule.
Oh. Are you ready for our S cubed?
I sure am. All right.
Yep, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead and let you
this
explain
segment, this segment of the podcast is brought to you by HappyHourRacing.com. It is a brilliant website. Actually, got some new stuff rolling out on there too.
I know.
But what it is, they got a whole bunch of NASCAR memorabilia as well as F1. We've got shirts, hats, all kind of stuff like that. It got die casts, got all kinds of stuff. When you use code RHPD at checkout, gives us a little shavings off of the top of it without costing you any extra, just to send to the podcast and help us continue to get this thing better for you. Dally got some stuff from them already. I'm working on getting me an order from them. It's genuine stuff. It's not one of these knockoff sites that make these wannabe stuff. It's NASCAR licensed stuff. So,
yep,
and F1 licensed stuff as well. Get your merch over there if you want to help the podcast out.
Yes, sir. Also, before we move on, if you guys really want to help the podcast and you want to rep some of our merch, we do have merch. We've got the RHPD logo. You can see behind me and behind Voodoo. We have hoodies, hats, all kinds of stuff. We also have little characters that we have made that represent the current drivers. Like we've got Cucumber Cowboy, which is Denny Hamlin. Maddie Burrito, which is Maddie DiBenedetto. Who else do we have? Joey Lasagna.
And Fast Pasta.
Yep. So we've got little cartoon characters. I wish I had my water bottle. I have a water bottle of the Cucumber Cowboy, but it is. It's right by my Pepsi bottles. Thank you. If it'll ever focus, that's what the little
Mr. Cucumber Cowboy.
Yeah,
that was our first one.
Yep. And of course, I've got the wrap it up on the back of it because we did a.
Yeah, go check out their show. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
they go live every Wednesday night going over paint schemes and stuff. So
yeah, cool. They're hilarious. You guys should go check them out.
They're by you too, Peyton. Not too far off from Bristol.
They live in Bristol.
Yeah. Well, I said they're not too far from Bristol because they don't live at the racetrack.
You don't know that.
Well, considering they said they have to drive there, I would say that. That gives it away. But anyways, so this week we're doing S Cubed a little bit differently. Normally one of us will do the scheme from the past week, and then one of us will do a classic scheme. But since we missed last week, we figured didn't want to skip over Dally being able to pick a race scheme. So he's going to get the one from the All-Star race, and then I'm going to get one from the Coke 600. We don't have the stats like we normally do, but it's okay. We'll just talk about the schemes.
I think I picked a pretty decent one. I think it's one that you definitely like.
I would have picked it if it was my turn to do All-Star, for sure.
So for All-Star, I picked Bad Brad Keselowski in his purple and yellow Solomon Plumbing scheme. It would looked really nice on track.
LSU colors.
Yeah, but LSU's not in this car.
There isn't. Neither is what they actually did was didn't they one of the team owners or somebody with the team passed away and wanted this race, those colors on their car, so that's why they went ahead and did it. Pretty cool.
See, I didn't know that part.
Pretty cool story.
Yeah, I just like the looks of it. I said pretty colors.
And he was up front at the All-Star race for quite a bit there.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah. We won't talk about that.
But yeah, that was my pick. It definitely looked good on track. The colors blended really well. So
absolutely. I'd get behind it for sure.
But I dang sure wouldn't want to be in front of it.
Well, if he wasn't moving, I would be. Anywho's, moving on to the Coke 600 scheme, I decided to go with Mr. Eric Jones, his Advent Health car. When he was up front with this car and seeing it under the lights, this thing was a beautiful car. Now, this picture was taken when it was still sunny out, so it doesn't really do it justice like the lights did it.
When it was under the lights, it was way cooler. I still stick with what we said on
Scheme Scene?
Yes, thank you. I always want to say S cubed for that and Scheme Scene for this one. It would make a better Evil Knievel car than the other one did. I forgot who was driving.
Evil Knievel car was barely even an Evil Knievel car.
100%. It only had like a little sticker in the bottom. This car would have been a really cool Evil Knievel car. But
anyways, that's our schemes from this past weekend. Make sure you go visit happyhourracing.com to have them continue to be a part of this podcast.
Yes, sir. But with that being said, we just got some last minute little usual stuff to cover, and then I think we'll be good to go. Like we said earlier, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're at 130. We'd love to have 131. We love our Hellraisers. And if you guys want to, you can always go jump in on our TikTok, our Instagram, and our X. I promise as soon as my life starts slowing down, I know I say this feels like every week, I will post more and more on it. But for right now, my job is taking my life. So
that's usually how it works out.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll just be able to do this for our job and not have to worry about it. That'd be great.
Buy just a couple more shirts to get us there. You are the one holding us back. If you go buy that shirt, it will help us get there.
But
one shirt away
at a time.
After about 1,000 shirts. But anyways, don't forget about our fantasy league on NASCAR.com. If you want to get in and get your chance to take home receive a 164th diecast from the Lionel Racing website, all you got to do is join our league on NASCAR.com. It's called Raise Hail Praise Dale Podcast, but it's spelled HALE, not HELL. And then it's got podcast on the end, or it is not ours. It's some person's, and you will not get the 164 diecast if you win. There is a password to get in. It's all lowercase RHPD2024. And just for the record, I am only sitting at 12 points behind Mr. Trash Can.
You're closing the gap.
Now, if I win or if Dally wins, we're not going to take the 164th for ourselves. The next person in line will get it.
I mean, obviously, we've got plenty of NASCAR stuff.
I mean, don't have enough though. I'll take more.
I will always take more.
Yeah, I'm only 12 points behind him, but I'm a good distance in front of that third place person called Haley. I don't even know who that might be.
Who knows?
That's almost 200 points ahead of her.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even have a chance to change my drivers this week. It's been awful. So I know I did awful this week.
Trying not to let Trash Can officially win it for 2 seasons.
Right. Also, just to add on to that, if you already are in a league and you join ours, the points will transfer. So you're not starting from scratch.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's all we've got. Since I had the technically older scheme, it would be my turn to read us out, right? Or is it yours?
Nope, it's yours.
All right. So before I do, you have anything else to say?
Once again, thank you to all those Gold Star families and all those service members that paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we could live in this great country of the United States of America the way that we do. Have all the liberties that we have.
Definitely. All right. So, that being said, keep your tires turning left and your fuel tanks wet. Good night, Hellraisers. I will catch you next time.